Hi everyone, myself Vamsi Krishna. In this session, we are going to see what is the difference between Docker volumes and Docker bind mount. Basically, we are going to see in detail about Docker volumes concept and when to use volume and when to use bind mount, or what happens when we use volume and what happens in the case of bind mount. I'll try to execute a couple of commands and I'll try to show you how volume and bind mount works. But before that, let me quickly install a Docker instance and we'll go through the implementation steps one by one. I'm going to take Amazon Linux 2 instance, launch instance. Amazon Linux 2, review and launch. This is the keeper which I have with me. Yeah, this is for Docker volumes. Grab the IPv4 public address, open MobaXterm. Session SSH. This is the remote host. Specify username, EC2-user, advanced SSH settings, use private key. This is the key pair. Server is ready now. Let us install Docker. I'm using Amazon Linux extras install Docker. Okay, Docker is installed. Let us start Docker service. Okay, perfect. We'll see the status. Okay, Docker is up and running. Perfect. Now let us see. The question is, should you use the volume or mount flag, right? This is for passing in a host folder into a container. Both the flags will do almost the same thing. But there is one slight difference which I'll show now. For suppose, if you are working with volume, or let's say if you have any web application and you want to mount your source code so that you can see your changes without having to rebuild the image. This is one good example. Why do we need volumes, right? If you have any code and if you want to move that code into the Docker container, then this is perfect scenario. If you use volume, what will happen is this data, whatever the code folder you have, it will get mounted automatically so that you don't want to rebuild the Docker image. Now, again, should I use volume or should I use mount flag? First, we will see how to use volume and how it works, right? Now, if you see Docker container run, let me run this command. This is the command, Docker container run -- name, and I'll put -- it as well. Interactive terminal -- name. I'm saying test container volume. I'm using the option -v. Basically, I'm using the volume option and I'm giving $pwd. This is nothing but host folder. Now, if you see, I'm using Debian container. I went into the container. If you want, you can exit and see Docker ps Docker ps-a. This is the exited volume. Let me run this command one more time. What does this do is, if you are using Jenkins or Tomcat or some image, you can see this very clearly. But if you are using Debian or CentOS images, make sure you add -it, or else the container will get exited. Now we are in the container. Okay, this is already in use. Docker stop. This is the container name. Docker rm. This is the container name. Take one more terminal. Sudo -i Docker ps. Nothing is running. Now run the command. Now if you see, I connected into the container. Now I am in the container. In the container, what is my folder? My app. ls-lrt. If you see, there is a folder called my app, which I used volume $pwd. If you see, this is $pwd, right? Present working directory is root. Whatever I add in root will get added in my app folder automatically. Let's say I'll add some test file, touch demo.txt. If you go into my app, cd my app ls demo.txt is there. That means whatever the changes we do outside of the host folder is getting mounted to this particular folder using volume option as well. Now, what is the path where this volume is located? You can use Docker ps, Docker inspect, container ID. Sorry, spell mistake. Docker inspect container ID. If you see, this is the path where the volume is mounted. See, host path, host name path, these things. And if you see Docker volume ls, nothing is there. This is the path where it is mounted. Then what is the difference is, if you want to use bind mount, we need to make sure whatever the folder you are going to mount has to exist before using bind mount. If you see, in this case, we haven't created this PWD volume separately, right? We are just using the present working directory. And let us see how to use this bind mount. If you see, bind mount, we need to mention -- mount flag, and there is something called type bound. Source is $pwd, target is my app. Even this does the same thing, but we need to keep one thing in mind. The only difference between -v option and -- mount option is -v will create a bound folder on the Docker host if it does not already exist. Whereas using -- mount will throw an error, because you need to make sure that folder is there before you use bind mount. Let me run this command. This is for bind mount. I'll take one more tab. I'll run bind mount here. Now I connected to the container. Now if you see, I have one for volume and I have another one for bind mount. This is the new one, bind mount. This also works on the same concept. Let me see this file has or not, because we use the same folder, right? You see my app is there. Go into my app. My app has demo.txt file. Why? Because for the earlier container, I was using the same folder. If you want, you can change it. Let me stop this container, exit, and I'll try to change some path which is not existed at all. I'll give some random path. Instead of $pwd, I will say /opt/shared folder. If you see, it failed. Why? Because as I said earlier, this bind source path is not existing. But if we give the path for volume, it takes automatically. Let me show that as well. I'll do exit for this also. If I give any path which is not existing at all, -v /opt/shared folder test. Okay, this is already news. Docker stop Docker remove this one. Now run this command. This folder I haven't created. Under OPT, there is no folder called shared folder test, but still this volume will create that particular folder automatically. See, it created automatically. But for the same path, if you use mount option, unless that path is existing before, it will not create the mount. This is the main difference between volume and mount option. If you give any folder for volume, it will create even though it doesn't exist. But if it is bind mount, if the folder is not exist, then the command will throw an error. If you see, using option V, the directory does not exist, the command will create it automatically. We have seen it very clearly. If the directory does not exist, when using mount option, Docker will throw error. This also we have seen. Then which one we need to use? Generally, Docker recommends using the -- mount flag because it's more explicit. But in the real world use cases, we'll be probably using Docker Compose so that we don't want to worry about this -- mount option. Instead, we can use something called volumes inside Docker Compose file, which I will show in the remaining videos. I am going to upload Docker Compose videos for WordPress and SonarQube. In that cases, I will use volumes tag inside the Docker Compose file. But in this video, we have seen what is the difference between volume and bind mount, when to use what happens if you use volume, and what happens if you use -- mount. The conclusion is -- mount flag uses the key value pairs separated by comma to specify the settings for the container so that you can configure it very easily. And one more thing is mount flag, the source folder must already exist on the container host. If you use -v option, even though the directory does not exist, the command will create it automatically. If the directory does not exist, when using the -- mount option, Docker will throw error. This is the conclusion. Thanks everyone for watching this video. If you like my video, please subscribe to my channel.